What's going on, everybody? Well, go on, my pre, whichever one you guys prefer. Welcome to another installment of the Meaningful Marketing series. Today, we're going to go through installment 2 of the brand strategy portion of things. Keep in mind that we'll be doing content strategy and brand strategy, so just be aware of that as you guys look for content. If you're new to the channel, do me a favor and please subscribe. That would mean a lot. The more people I'm able to connect with, the more people I'm able to educate. So it would mean a lot if you also like, comment, and share on this content. And today's Thursday. I hope everybody's been doing well. I hope everyone's been continuing to gain better awareness on themselves personally, as well as gaining more awareness on what is going to bring their business to the next level. They both go hand in hand. You cannot grow as a business owner without going through some type of spiritual journey. Without further ado, hey, before I even start, I haven't even showed my shirt. No community, no business t-shirts. I had put these t-shirts out during the summertime. I was in the Bronx earlier this week, so I was able to snag like the last bit of inventory that I had on hand. If you guys are interested, let me know. I'll definitely make some more. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, or how you guys feel about it. But moving forward, let's get our screen together so that I can share this presentation with you guys. And for the second installment today, what we're going to be going over is what are the target markets and target audiences. We'll be going through what is a target market, what is a target audience, what are the key differences, and why exactly do you need targeting? And again, guys, I created the Meaningful Marketing series so that I can continue putting information out like this to you guys in a more digestible fashion. I'm going to continue doing that because I feel like a lot of this information, there's a lot of layers to it and things can get pretty complex. So I want to make it as elementary as possible so that it's easy to apply this information to your situation as you're going through your process. All right. And I use this picture here. Well, there's a couple of things I did here. This is marketing in itself. I use a picture of this fellow here because if you see, he's caught something on his phone caught his eye, and clearly it's something that he's interested in. There's no reason for you to stop and look at something on, your phone or social media, a website, whatever you want to call it, if you were interested. So there's strategic ways to create those occurrences. And then, I have me, or cartoon me here throwing a football because the fact of the matter is quarterbacks always have targets, right? There's always someone on the play, in the play, who's meant to get the ball so that the team can score. So in you developing target audiences or target markets, it's an opportunity for you as a business owner to really play quarterback and make sure that you're passing the ball to the best receivers. I think that's a good way to put it. But let's get started. First and foremost, what is a target market? And a target market is a particular group of consumers that a company plans to supply with its products or services, right? So this target market can be split up in multiple ways. And the three ways are geography, which is location. Maybe this person resides in New York, maybe they reside overseas in Europe, somewhere in Italy. And then you have demographics. So is this a man? Is this a woman? Is this a child? What's the age range? Is it 18 to 24? Is it 24 to 35? Do they make $50,000 a year? Do they make $100,000 a year? Things like that matter. And thirdly, you have psychographics, which play into people's behaviors and likes a little bit more. Maybe this person likes to travel. Maybe this person's a dog lover. Maybe this person's an NBA fan, what have you. But just to give you guys a bit of an understanding of those attributes, of a target market. So it's important to understand that, like, creating and developing this target market is one of the primary and most essential things for you to do before you even start a marketing campaign. And we're gonna get a bit more into why this is so essential um in the latter portion of the presentation. But just continuing on this slide, um I wanted to read this quote that I got from Peter F. Drucker. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right, but he says, the aim of marketing is to know and understand the customer so well the product or service fits him or her and sells itself, right? So pretty much your products and your services, I spoke about it before, like the root of business is to solve a problem. It's to provide a solution, supply a need or supply a want, right? And if your products or services don't meet the needs and desires of your customers, then they're not going to buy them. So what you want to realize is when you curate your products and services around a specific idea of a persona or a specific type of lifestyle, the reason why the product or the service is able to sell itself is because these are real life things that people are going through on a daily basis, and they're looking for a business like you to help them combat these things on a daily basis or weekly or monthly basis, whatever, however you want to look at it. But I wanted to use Chipotle as a great example here. Popular company, doing things a bit differently, and I felt like they were a really good example. So we're going to read their target market. So for Chipotle, their ideal target market is college students and younger millennial professionals aged 18 to 28. Many of these people consider cooking a hobby and will make a majority of their meals from their own kitchen, specifically using fresh foods and healthy meals. So I'm going to go over that one more time. For Chipotle, their ideal target market is college students and younger millennial professionals aged 18 to 28. Many of these people consider cooking a hobby or will make a majority of their meals from their own kitchen, specifically using fresh foods and healthy meals. And this is some information that I gathered from the International Journal of Scientific and Engineering Research. And you guys might be wondering, why is this type of information in the International Journal of Scientific and Engineering Research? But understand that in marketing, there's a lot of assessment and analysis of behavior, and that's a science. There's a science to business and why people are successful and why some people are not. So what I want to go over is some of the different ways that Chipotle positions themselves to be appealing to their target market. So first things, this is their tagline, food with integrity, right? So if their target audience is people who are millennials, right? The younger professionals between 18 and 28, these are a little bit more radical people. I don't know if radical is the right word, but these are people who are looking to stand for something. There's a lot of things going on in society, and the younger generation wants to assimilate with to brands or align themselves with brands that have something to say, or they have some type of purpose that they're serving in terms of bringing light to some type of cause, and if these are people who are specifically using fresh foods and cooking healthy meals, then they want to know that the food that they're eating, they can trust it, right? So pretty good tagline. Then I believe this is a part of their mission statement. It says, with every burrito we roll or bowl we fill, we're working to cultivate a better world, right? So right then and there, they let it be known that we're not just a restaurant. We don't just cook food, and we're not here to just feed you. There's some purpose to this. There's a method to this, and there's some type of change that we're looking to cultivate, right? And clearly, the change that they're looking to cultivate is, just changing things in the way people eat, and changing things in the world in regards to sustainability, right? They use recycled items like their bags, their bowls, and their napkins. And they source a lot of their ingredients from local farms and suppliers. So from doing research, I learned that Chipotle really doesn't do any business with local farmers and suppliers if they're not invested in the long-term betterment of the people and the planet, right? So it's just showing you that like they're giving you their mission statement and their target market, and they're keeping everything across the board consistent. Right. They even compost their chicken, their chicken. They even compost their kitchen scraps. So any garbage that they might have thrown out otherwise, what they do is they add it to the soil to enrich the soil, which is promoting sustainability, and you're promoting the organic growth of more food. Please note that multiple target markets are possible. Multiple target markets are possible. You could target different age ranges. You can target different genders, what have you. Obviously, there would just be a different way to position yourself for these different target markets. Moving forward, let's dissect what's a target audience. So a target audience is related to, but still different in comparison to a target market, right? So you guys are going to hear these two words being thrown around a lot, and it can get confusing because they're so like interchangeable. But just understand that target audiences are groups that have the most potential to respond positively to a brand's message. I love giving you guys the formal definitions of things so that you guys aren't just throwing around words. We're not just throwing around words, and you can start to really understand marketing jargon or just business jargon in general because you're a business owner or you're looking to be one, right? And I'm going to use McDonald's here because again, this is a really good example to really break down this definition. So, one of McDonald's target markets over the years has been children, right? It doesn't seem like that's the case more so because they've discontinued the Happy Meals. They're focusing a little bit more on like the $1, $2, and $3 items. But anyway, when they were pushing the Happy Meals, the way that they promoted that was with the toys and with the popular characters, right? Because kids want the toy, they don't even care for the Happy Meal, and them seeing familiar faces, like familiar TV characters, familiar movie characters, that sparks emotional impulse. The irony here is that children don't have any purchasing power. You might have some kids who have money in their pocket. They might walk into McDonald's, they might buy their own food, but on a general scale, who's the one buying the McDonald's? It's the parents, right? It's the adults in their lives who are buying the food for them. So understand that even though the target market here is kids for the Happy Meal, right? The target audience is the adults because they're the ones who are spending the money. Get me? So the way that they appeal to the target audience different from the target market. Again, remember the target market is the kids, and the way they appeal to the kids is with the toys and the cartoon characters, or the TV movie characters, the popular characters that they go crazy over. But to appeal to the target audience, which is the adults or the guardians, the parents who are buying the McDonald's for the kid, in the commercials they might mention things like no artificial colors, flavorings, preservatives, and they'll mention like charitable donations. Do kids care about that? No, they don't. We know that kids don't care about these stuff. A lot of them don't even know what these words even mean, right? So that's just to show you that the wording, the verbiage in these commercials or these advertisements, they're basically targeting different groups simultaneously and doing it in different ways. So as far as like the product itself, is targeted towards a market, but the messaging and the wording, the verbiage is targeted towards the audience, because they're using words that would more so appeal to parents, who are looking to buy food for their kids and they want to know that like this is food that they can trust. Is McDonald's one of the best food options for your child? That's neither here or there. We're just gonna move on. What are the key differences between a target market and a target audience? Right. So again, target markets and target audiences are very similar terms. They're very intertwined, right? But there are distinguishing factors, especially in relation to how they're practically used in business. So firstly, with a target market, it impacts all the business decisions. All the business decisions are based on the target market that's set in the beginning. So whether that's the product, the services, the packaging, the pricing, and even the sales process, that's all tailored to appeal to the target market. But in contrary, for the target audience, the target audience only impacts decisions in development of the specific marketing messages. So target markets typically keep like the end user, and whenever I say end user, the end user is the most ideal customer. So target markets typically keep the end user in mind, the most ideal end user for a product or service. But target audiences can be a bit different because you can use target audiences to target the target market, or your target audience can be the target market. But the thing about target audiences is it provides opportunity to run marketing campaigns that test other groups that may or may not be the most ideal customer or client for you. That's the difference. The target market is really outright the most ideal customer for a fact, based on analytical research. The target audience, there may be a couple factors that might deem them not so much the most ideal customer, but you might still retain them as a customer or client, depending on how you tailor the marketing message towards them. Right. So again, in some instances, the target audience and the target market can be the same. I'll give you an example here in the fourth section, fourth paragraph here. So, for example, a company that sells gentlemen's accessories like ties or lapel pins may identify a target market of men ages 24 to 35 who work a corporate job throughout the week and have interest in fashion, right? So again, think of a company that does gentlemen's accessories like ties, lapel pins you put on your suit jacket. They may identify their target market as men between the ages of 24 to 35 who work a corporate job throughout the week and have shown interest in fashion, right? So right here, this is just showing you, this is an example of a target market that can be a target audience, or a target audience that can be a target market. I wouldn't say because it's very broad, but considering what this company is offering, and based on research, these would be the most ideal people to buy this product, right? But the target audience, if you're gonna get a little bit deeper with the target audience and provide more separation with the target audience from the target market, here's an example of how you can do that. Say you're running advertising. And you want to be a little bit more defined with how you target your target market. So what you will do is, out of the target market, out of the men ages 24 to 35 who work corporate jobs throughout the week and have shown interest in fashion, out of that group, you may target the men who are on Instagram following accounts such as GQ and fashion inspiration pages. They recently bought products online and they live in Manhattan, New York. So did you see what we did there? Again, the target market and the target audience are very similar, very interchangeable, very intertwined. But with the target audience, there's always more opportunity to get a little bit more specific, or tailor the message to our particular group within the group, right? So again, just going over the target audience may be further defined as the men in this group who are Instagram users. They might follow GQ on Instagram. They might follow, like classy man, fashion inspiration pages. They might have bought products recently, and they live in Manhattan, New York. So we live in this digital age where we have tools and resources that will allow you to literally target people this specific. And I'm gonna put up some content soon to get a little bit more deeper in that. But for right now, we're just going to continue assessing target markets and target audiences. This is the most important part right here. Why do you need targeting? Why do you need it? I've worked with clients before, and I've had conversations with people before, and it's a heavy misconception. It's a heavy misconception that you want to keep your products and services open to us. Excuse me. You want to keep your products and services open to as much people as possible, because that will provide bigger opportunity for you to make more profit. That's not true, right? Throwing spaghetti on the wall and seeing what sticks is not the way to build a successful business. The ideal customers who are looking for you, the people who want to join your community, or they're curious to join your community, you're probably scaring them away because your branding and the marketing messaging that you're putting out is not necessarily giving them the indication that this community that you're developing is the tribe for them. The vibe will let them know if you're their tribe. You got to stimulate a certain vibe. So I think this third section was really important, and I really want to read it word for word, because if you can permeate this in your subconscious, it shows you exactly why this is important. If a fisherman knows what type of fish he plans to catch ahead of time, he makes nets with this specific size of fish in mind. He knows exactly where to find these fish and when to strategically throw his nets to catch them. He will be highly successful. I'm going to read that again. If a fisherman knows what type of fish he plans to catch ahead of time, he makes nets with this specific size of fish in mind. He knows exactly where to find these fish and when to strategically throw his nets to catch them. He will be highly successful. Why? Because he prepared. He knew what he desired, right? If you guys are reading Think and Grow Rich, you guys know this is how you execute. This right here is how you execute. He had a desire, right? He wants to catch fish. He has clarity on exactly what fish he wants to catch, right? So what does he do? He formulates a specific plan tailored towards catching this specific fish. How's he not going to be successful? How's he not? It's impossible not to be successful, as long as you stay consistent, right? So this is why targeted campaigns, on average, they are almost twice as effective as non-targeted campaigns. If you know how to appeal to a target market with your products and services while developing marketing messages that truly provoke the emotions of your target audience, then you'll achieve high conversion rates, right? And you'll get a high return on investment. And these are two things that increase your success as a brand. So again, you really want to invest in invest time and energy into developing a target market and developing a target audience, because it will help you save time, it will help you save money, and it will help you save energy. Again, you don't want to just throw spaghetti at the wall. You want to know that you're pushing your products and services to the people who are most likely to be interested, so that you can produce more results. The more results you produce, the higher the success for your business and brand. It's really that simple, guys. So if you guys learned anything new, please leave me some feedback in the comments, man. Let me know what really stood out to you. Let me know if you have any extra questions. And just understand that I have some more information for you guys in terms of branding. I did create an ebook, The Ultimate Guide to Better Branding in 2021. It's just $10. Just $10, guys. I'll drop my forms of payment in the description below. In case you guys want a deeper understanding, a step-by-step guide to help you build your brand on your own. The thing that's different about the ebook from other forms of content that I put out is that there's activities and exercises in this ebook. It's pretty short. It's just 12, 13 pages. It's not going to take up too much of your time at all. So again, if you're interested, I'll leave the forms of payment in the description. I left a note there, but I'll just mention it. If you do send me any payments, please just put your email in the note so that I can send the ebook directly to you. But yeah, man, again, guys, I would be super, super appreciative if you guys liked, comment, shared, subscribed. Help me reach out to more, help me get this information out to more people. I started BizSteps and I started this meaningful marketing series because I had the community in mind. I want to see more people develop their ideas. I want to see more people developing streams of income with what they're truly passionate about instead of having to sit at a job for the rest of their life that's killing them, literally draining them to death. I went through it. And I'm over it. So I'm just looking to help other people segue as they're on their journey. I genuinely love what I do. I'm very passionate about this. It's been 4 or 5 years of me analyzing this information and just taking different opportunities, continuing to do research and just having certain conversations to get the proper perspective needed to supply you guys with this type of information. So there is going to be another video coming this week. For you guys who keep up with me on social media. Like I said, I was in Atlanta last weekend, so I didn't do any recording, just in me looking to just stay present and stay in the moment. So I am going to drop 2 videos this week, which means you're going to get 2 podcast episodes for people who rather listen to the audio on the go. And I'm going to get a bit deeper into how to develop your target audience. Right. And then from there, I think what I'll do is I'll get into how to develop your customer personas. So just to give you guys a little forecast of what's to come. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day and reach out with any questions. Again, leave me some feedback and let me know if there's anything else you guys want me to touch on. Even if it's not related to things that I've spoken about already, if there's other things you guys want me to talk about, let me know, because the feedback helps inspire me as I continue to develop more content. But yes, guys, bless up and peace.